Have you ever worn a crown of success, but felt like a fraud beneath it? You lead, you conquer, you're praised, yet a quiet voice whispers, you just got lucky. What if I told you the greatest drought isn't outside, but the one drying up your belief inside?
Long ago, nestled between golden meadows and mist-cloaked mountains, there reigned a king named Veer. Not the kind of king who roared in battle or bathed in gold, but one whose wisdom healed wounds and whose courage kept enemies at bay. The people loved him, almost like he was touched by the divine. But hidden behind the applause and glory was a truth Veer never dared speak aloud. Inside he felt hollow, every victory. It was my generals, every wise decision, that was my advisors. Every cheer from the people, they don't know how scared I really am. Veer didn't believe in himself, and that secret, it was about to become a storm.
Then came the drought, not just a dry season, but a silence of the earth. The kingdom's river, its lifeblood, vanished. Crops withered, animals cried, people prayed.
Veer gathered his generals, scholars were summoned, maps were unfolded, but days turned to weeks, and still the river slept. Then, as dusk painted the palace in gold, a ragged old man arrived. His eyes, unnaturally deep, his voice carried something ancient. "There's a cave in the mountain," he said. "Inside it lies the answer, but only one who truly believes in himself will find it." Veer's council laughed. "What if it's a trap? What if you don't return?" But Veer, he was done doubting. "I'll go alone."
Sometimes the loudest battles aren't fought on battlefields. They're fought in silence, between the ears. And Veer, he wasn't just riding to a cave. He was riding straight into the storm of his own self-doubt.
He rode into the unknown, just him and his thoughts echoing in the cold wind. After 2 nights, he found the cave, ancient, quiet, and carved with strange symbols that pulsed under moonlight. Inside, the cave whispered, "To find what you seek, face what you fear." Suddenly, a mirror, not one that reflected his face, but his failures, the battle he ran from, the promise he broke to his father, the night he cried, thinking he wasn't king enough. He collapsed. "I am not worthy," he choked.
This is the part most people never talk about. The mirror moment, when your past screams louder than your crown.
Then the cave spoke again. "The treasure isn't for the perfect, it's for those who believe they can grow." Something broke, and something awakened. Veer stood up, not with pride, but with faith. "I've fallen, I've failed, but I will rise, because I choose to believe in who I'm becoming." The mirror shattered. A glowing doorway appeared. Behind it, a spring, clear, magical, eternal, flowed like silver veins through the rock. As he stepped forward, water gushed outward, carving a path back to the sleeping river. The kingdom would live again.
But here's the real twist. It wasn't just the river that returned. It was Veer.
The man who once wore doubt like a second skin now ruled with quiet confidence, not arrogance, faith, in his decisions, in his heart, in his strength. Years later, a child once asked him, "Was the cave truly magical?" Veer smiled and said, "Maybe it was, or maybe the magic was always waiting inside me to believe."
And that is the power of self-belief. You don't have to be flawless. You don't need a crown or applause. You just need a mirror and the courage to whisper, "I will grow." But if you've ever looked at others and thought, "They're better than me," don't miss our next story. Why you should never compare yourself. Because comparison, that's the second thief after doubt. Tap the screen. I'll meet you there.